morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever this is. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. This week, episode 92. We're creeping up slowly on episode 100. Exactly 2 months from today, June 16th, will be episode 100. That'll be exciting. I'm sure we'll do something special for that one. Not sure we'll do what we did for the 1 year. Or, was that the 1 year? Yeah. We're not going to look back on the best moments. We'll probably just do something fun for roulette. Maybe we'll mix in something new. Maybe we'll spin some slots. Who knows? Slots probably wouldn't be fun to listen to. We won't do that. This week, Locks and Longshots. Tubbs bounced back just a bit last week. And then we've got Masters recap, of course. NHL. Tonight is a huge night of hockey, and I'm so excited to talk about it. My team is involved. And, yeah, there's a lot of situations that could happen. It's very exciting. MLB, we'll just kind of talk about our teams. There wasn't anything crazy with the rest of the league that's noteworthy. And then a little bit of NBA talk. And when I say a little bit, I literally mean that, a little bit. And then we'll wrap it up with grid and roulette as always. But first, Frankie, how was your weekend?
My weekend was busy. Paige's family, my family, were both down here. Paige had her white coat ceremony. So basically, she just gets her white coat, symbolizing that like she's going to be a PT. So that was this weekend, very busy. Thursday night, her parents, or her mom and stepdad and her grandparents got here. Basically just brought us food, and that was about it. Friday, my parents and my brother got here. We didn't do a ton Friday. We went out we had pizza brought to our apartment, and then we went out to Rail Garden, the place that I was talking about I don't think it was last weekend, 2 weeks ago. Just kind of did like a meet and greet with a bunch of her classmates and their family. That was pretty fun. And then Saturday was her white coat ceremony, so we were busy all day getting her ready for that. I had to run to Walmart for a couple things for her. Got there and enjoyed the ceremony for about an hour and a half or so. It was actually pretty cool. And then after that, we went to Slider Inn, which is a restaurant here in Memphis that they do all of their entrees are sliders, and you can mix and match and get like all these different types of sliders. Awesome restaurant. Food is fantastic. And then we went to Lafayette's, the bar that I talked about last week. And I didn't tell you about this yet. We were sitting at Lafayette's at this table upstairs, overlooking the stage. And the table in front of us, I've never encountered a swingers party. It was definitely a swingers party. I watched multiple different females make out with every single guy at the table.
That's so sick.
Kind of uncomfortable, but also funny to like sit there and like make fun of them. But the weird thing is like where we were sitting, their table was in between us and the stage. So you basically like had to look through them to watch the music. So yeah, that was a little uncomfortable, but we made the most of it. It was fun. Music was really good. And then we just went back to my apartment and chilled for the rest of the night. We were actually at Lafayette's for quite a while. And then Sunday, got up, went golfing with my dad, my brother, and Paige's grandpa. I said last week that I was going to play well. It wasn't that I didn't play well.
I saw the score.
Yeah, I know. I saw the score too. The score did not represent how I played because the Masters was really windy, and I finally understand how much the wind really truly affects it. It was like, I shit you not, it was 25-30 mile an hour gusts this entire time. And like, granted, my putting wasn't great, but it's so hard to take into account, like, when you're not the most accurate player and then you add in 30 mile an hour winds, it makes it so much harder. There was one time I was 120 yards out. I hit my pitching wedge 120 yards. I hit it, it got up in the wind, and it died at 90 yards. And I was like, well, shit.
Club
like,
up.
I completely have to switch up how I played. I did have one drive that went 330 on hole 9, and it was the most beautiful baby draw right down the middle of the fairway. I still bogeyed that hole, but That's besides the point. Shot a 52 on Sunday. It was whatever. And then we got back and basically cleaned up the apartment, went to Central Barbecue, got some barbecue. That was good. And that was about it. So that was my weekend. How was your weekend?
I had a good one. Nice and busy. Friday night, Sid came over. We made a pizza, and we watched a rom-com. I can't remember the name of it, but it was more rom than com. It was basically this dude that was getting married. The opening scene is they're getting married, and then he leaves. He doesn't want to get married because he was a country artist. His song blew up, so he went out touring, and then he decided, hey, I want this girl back. So his best friend died, so he went back home, saw the girl, and he was like, oh, I want her back. And she had a kid with her, so he was like, oh, man. And long story short, it was his kid. They got back together at the end. Good movie.
Sure this isn't like a Morgan Wallen autobiography or something?
Hey, kind of was. Except he didn't leave her at the altar. But
that's true.
Kind of the same deal. So then Saturday we woke up, kind of dicked around for a little. I did something Saturday. I don't remember what I did. No, it's Saturday morning. Sorry. I know what I did Saturday the rest of the day. But anyways, Saturday we went to Grand Rapids, Sid and I. She has a couple friends that live out there, so we decided to golf with them. We just did 2 4-person scrambles because not a lot of the folks golfed. And it was a lot of fun. I was hitting the ball really well. We played Maple Hill. Do you remember the last time I played Maple Hill?
I don't remember the last time. I know it's a pretty short course.
I played it one time. I've played it one time, and it was my best round ever because it's obviously a short course.
Yeah.
But I think it's just my course because I hit driver twice the whole day. I hit it on the second hole, and I duck hooked it into a tree, and it almost came flying back at us.
You didn't hit driver on one?
And then, no, not on one.
Huh.
No, I laid up on one.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Kind of soft, but...
I ended up hitting it again on 7, and I hit my best drive I've had all year. Granted, I'm only 2 rounds in, but beautiful little draw over the trees, right up to the hole. We had about a 20-yard chip. We shot 2 over as a crew, which was really impressive because we had Sid, who has not golfed much, and then her friend who had never golfed, and then her boyfriend, who was his first round of the year. So 2 over to me was very impressive. We had no gimmies. And then shout out to Sid real quick. Do you remember the hole, Austin, where it's on the front 9? I want to say it's like 6. It dog legs right hard. So it's like 230 off the tee.
Dog leg right hard?
Yeah. Like you can go over the trees, but it's 230, so you got to hit like a hybrid.
No, I remember, what is it, 9? No,
9
that's
is a par
not.
3.
No, that's not. I'm thinking of a different course.
Anyways, dog legs right. I laid up. I went OB. And then the other guy, he laid up as well, right in the middle of the fairway, but kind of far out. So then Sid, she was playing the women's tees. She had been hitting her drive right all day. She's big slicer. So I was like, hey, just aim straight. She's like, oh, I should have aimed left. I'm like, no, just go straight and just swing, see what happens. We already got one in play. She hit the most perfect little slice around these trees, left us with a 15-yard chip for eagle. And then her friend, who, I remind you, has never golfed, she almost chipped in for eagle. This thing, it was coming in hot as hell. It was just straight skull fucked. But it did hit the pin, and we ended up putting it in for birdie on that hole, I believe. Sid also made a really long birdie putt, so that was sweet.
Wait,
and then we went out and got dinner.
Was 6 the one along the houses?
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually hole 5,
Yep.
but yeah.
Oh, all right. And then, we went out and got food. You ever go to Manelli's in Grand Rapids?
I did not, no.
I think it's in Granville. But we went there. Really good. I had a club sub. I was the only person that apparently didn't feel like shit after eating. Sid felt really shitty. And then a couple people puked.
Jesus.
But I felt good. I enjoyed my food. I had a beer. It was great. We went home. I don't know. What did we do when we get home? I want to say we just probably watched Love Island Saturday night. And then Sunday I woke up. I came home, got some work done. And then My brother's football team had a bowling fundraiser, so we went there, and I had the highest score in the building, so I got a little trophy for that. And then our team also won. We had the highest score, so that was fun. And then came home. I think I played games Sunday night with Jason. And yeah, so that was my weekend.
I was thinking of the Pines, by the way, with 9 being the dogleg left, where you can either go over the trees.
Gotcha. I don't think I ever played the Pines.
We've played it twice.
Okay, I've played the Pines before then. Locks and long shots. I'm excited to talk about this because this is my first good week in a long time, and I've got a little bit of a bitch. So, locks, 12, 11, and 1. Good. We bounced back. We're above 500. This is great. That was exactly the goal of having 6 locks. Still open. Torque over 28.5 runs or home runs. I wish it was runs. Jesus. He's got 0. I'm going to save my bitch for that for later when we talk MLB. But let's get into the locks. So last week we had Padres money line versus the Cubs. They blew them out. There's no sweat. That was a W. Nuggets minus 5.5 against the Timberwolves. They won by 9, I believe. Oilers money line versus Vegas. They won that as well. PSG versus Barcelona. They lost. They were up. No, they were down 1-0. Then they went up 2-1, and then it was 2-2 at half, and then they lost 3-2. I didn't realize that this was Champions League, which means it's aggregate, so they weren't trying as hard as they needed to, in my opinion. So fuck PSG, but we're going to bounce back this week. Little teaser, I got another soccer pick. And then Michigan-Boston College, under 7 goals on Wednesday. Everyone expected this to be super high-scoring, high-paced. It was high-paced. It was not high-scoring. Michigan got shut out. They lost 4-0. So obviously it went under. That's a W. And then Wings moneyline versus the Caps. They lost. That was a must-win, that one there. We'll talk about that later as well. That one was unfortunate. So this week, for my soccer pick, we've got Bayern tie no bet money line. So for those that are unfamiliar, that means we have Bayern money line basically in regulation. So when I say in regulation, that means they can't tie. Just if they tie, it's a push. Right? Do you get your money back if they tie?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because normally if you take straight money line, if they tie, you lose because you can also bet draw. So you add this caveat, and so that way if they lose, you lose. If you tie, you win in quotes. It's minus 135. So that's our lock this week. No research at all. Just I know Arsenal is always a letdown in the big moments, and this is obviously a big moment. It's Champions League. So we'll take my Bayern there. Long shots, 4-15-1. Now this sounds bad. However, we've still got Skubal, Cy Young, plus 1,600. I haven't checked what the odds are on that in a while. He's probably still third, fourth favorite. He's been good, but he hasn't been Cy Young good, so we need him to pick it up a little bit. But there's plenty of season. Just like I said, stay healthy. Tigers keep winning games. That's good. They lost last night, but they won today. And then Tigers win the Central plus 350. Still okay. They're in the mix. It's very early. Can't mark this as a loss yet. I'm sure at some point I'll overreact to a losing streak, and I'll mark this as a loss. But right now you've got the Guardians in first, and you've got the Royals in second, and the Tigers are right there in third. Last week on the long shots, we had Thigala top 20, plus 115. I want to say he finished like 40, 42nd, 43rd, something like that. Trash. He's horrible. He barely made the cut, and then he never got going. Roy top 5, same thing. He made the cut, never got going. Plus 240, that was an L. But then we get into the wins. Cam Smith top 20. I think he finished 7th. That was a W. Xander top 10. He finished 8th. That was plus 150. That's a W. The Oilers Wings moneyline parlay. The Oilers got it done. The Wings did not. That was a loss. Now, the long shots thing that I wanted to say. I looked back. I did hit a plus 800 long shot. So if I put $10 on every single one of my long shots, I think I would be about even right now. So long shots are still good as of now. This week's long shot I fucking love. Wings Flyers money line tonight plus 156. Obviously, for those of you listening, you will know if this hit or not. It's tonight. I try to stay away from doing picks that nobody else can tail, but this one had to be done. This is the outcome that needs to happen for the Wings to make the playoffs. We need a Capitals loss. They're playing the Flyers, and the Wings need to win. So we'll get that done. I did text our mutual friend that is a Flyers fan, and he said there's nothing he can do because he's upset because he needed the Wings to lose last night for the Flyers to have a chance. So no help there. But I think the Wings get it done. I just need the Flyers one fucking time to win a game. Both teams are favored. The Wings should get it done, in my opinion, especially after last night's game. I'm going to talk about that later, but I really, really just want to see the Wings in the playoffs. Your locks and long shots. Mm-hmm. So he went down again. He was 650 last week. Yep.
I have no idea how my recording is doing that entire time that you were doing your locks and long shots. I was cutting out, so hopefully it's good. Anyways, locks.
Gotta love computer issues.
Yeah, locks have not turned any better for me. I tried to load up like Jake did last week. Didn't go well. I had Cole Reagan's over 5.5 Ks. I believe he finished with 3 that night. Didn't go well.
Computer issues are just making this not as fun as it used to be. We'll be right back, folks. And we're back. Sorry. We're going to try to figure it out for next week. Frankie's going to clear up a bunch of room on his PC. Or not even his PC, his laptop. Hopefully it works. So, I don't remember where we were, so you just go ahead because you were talking.
Yeah, I was in my locks. I said that I've been trying to get my locks to be better. I tried to load up like Jake did last week. It hasn't turned around yet. I had Cole Reagan's over 5.5 strikeouts. I think he finished with 3 that night. Didn't do any better.
5. He finished with 5.
Oh, that's even more frustrating.
Salt and wound, sorry.
I had Hideki top 20. He started to make a run on Sunday to make that push, and then he just fell apart on the last couple holes. And then I had myself under 46.5. I already talked about that. Way too windy for me. I didn't check that, so thank you for giving that one a W. I'm glad you checked that. But yeah, the GOATs of tennis right now. So this week I'm going to throw out 3 different bets. We're sticking all baseball because I've kind of been doing all right at baseball. Not terrible, but not great. We're going to go Braves money line tonight versus the Astros as we are recording. Basically, Hunter Brown for the Astros is ass, and the Braves are good. That's my only reasoning. Taking Mariners money line Wednesday versus the Reds. Logan Gilbert is on the mound for the Mariners, and it's in Seattle. I like the home team there. And then we're going to go the A's plus 1.5 versus St. Louis. It's not the prettiest, but I think it gets the job done. SD Ruiz is back playing with on Wednesday. Paul Blackburn has actually been pretty good. I don't know if he's given up a run. I know his ERA is pretty low. Cardinals just aren't that great right now. They're still banged up. I think the A's can keep it close. For long shots are still disgustingly bad. 8-23. Have Marvin Harrison to the Bears. That's not going to happen. I have Juan Soto regular season home run. It looks okay. Had the Orioles race to 10 wins. I don't know who exactly won it, if it was the Yankees or the Dodgers. Pretty sure they both won on the same day to get to 10. Either way, it wasn't the Orioles, so that was an L. Last week I had the Giants-Guardians money line. That won. That was the parlay. Had the Knights money line versus the Oilers. They lost. Had Tyrell Hatton to win. He lost. He did make a push on Friday and Saturday, and then just couldn't really finish up on Sunday. Zalatoris. Story about this. So he finished tied for 9th, and I got a dead heat reduction on it. So
Did you know some apps don't do that?
Really?
I'm pretty sure MGM doesn't do that.
Maybe I gotta start moving my money. But yeah, I was a little upset because I had 25 on it at plus 350, so it would have paid out like 80 something, and I got paid 45 because he tied with 3 people. So I don't know what would have happened if he would have finished tied for 8th and then somebody else would have been in 10th, if it would have just been a win. But I was a little frustrated by that. Either way, it was a win. And then I had Ricky Fowler to miss the cut. I don't know where he actually finished up. I know he was right on the line of missing the cut and barely made it.
So
it wasn't pretty.
let me tell you a quick story real quick. So I was at work Thursday morning. Wednesday at lunch. We're sitting there watching SportsCenter. They were talking about Ricky, and my coworker goes, "Man, Ricky, he's a good golfer. And I was like, actually, he's been a lot worse these last few years. He's on his way out. And he goes, huh? And he goes, wow, at least you know you're going to see him on Sunday. And I was like, no, you're not. I was like, I think he misses the cut. And he goes, oh. He's like, I'll bet that. And I was like, all right, what do you want? How much? And he goes, how about we do a food item, a lunch? And I was like, all right, well, I'm not paying for your fucking sit-down lunch. So I said, we'll do a King Sub, which is a local sandwich shop by us. And on Friday, the cut was projected at +2, and Ricky was +4. And then Ricky finished +6. The cut moved all the way down to +6, so Ricky made the cut. Fucking bullshit. I had to buy him his fucking sandwich today. So annoying. So annoying.
Yeah, that one was frustrating because the line just kept dropping and dropping and dropping for the cut. It was really annoying. But this week, I'm going to add some weird one. Well, one weird one. I'm going to add the Bucks to beat the Pacers 4-3 in the series for the first round of the playoffs. Giannis is out for at least the first game. I don't really know how many games for sure yet. I think they end up getting it done. I just think it's going to be really tight. The Pacers, Bucks have kind of made a rivalry this year, so I think it's going to be tight regardless, even if Giannis was playing. 4-3 is +300 for the Bucks. And then I'm going to add Xander top 10 for the RBC Heritage this week. I honestly didn't know how Xander played last week, and then I saw that he finished 6th, I think. 6th or 8th.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect him to be in the top 10, but he finished in the top 10. And the real only notes that I have about this week I'll get into, but Xander's probably going to compete again this week. I think he had one bad round last week, and I think if he probably would have had a good round, I think it was on Saturday that he didn't have the greatest round. Or no, it was actually Thursday he didn't have the greatest round. If he would have had one good round in there to start the Masters, I think he probably would have had a chance to win it. I just think that he's going to come out with a vengeance again, compete well again, and golfing's kind of starting to get one-directional right now with just the way that players are playing. So you got to keep it simple. Xander top 10. That's what I'm going with. So,
speaking of golf, let's do our Masters recap. Scottie, since round 1, had a stranglehold on this.
I disagree.
Bryson was the leader after day 1. But Scottie just... Actually, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Let me rephrase. Scottie should not have won this. Is that fair? I can explain why.
Sure.
Scottie looked like shit on Saturday and Sunday. He was scrambling. He looked like he was ready for his kid to be there. That I know. It just, and then Sunday he kind of just ran away with it. So I will retract the stranglehold. However, after round 1, he was right up there the whole time. Sunday he did go down by 1 stroke or 2 strokes at one point.
I think he was down 2 strokes.
Then he had
at
a
one
big
point.
eagle.
Yep.
It was early, and then he had a big eagle, and then he was getting birdies while everybody else was fighting for a par. Homa was right fucking there. So
I was gonna say if everybody else would have just played average golf, he wouldn't have won by 4 strokes. He might not have even won. Mm-hmm. But
everybody else fell apart.
And Homa and DeChambeau just fell apart.
Yeah, so Homa, I had Homa to win 5 for 280. That would have been sweet. So Sunday I'm watching. Scottie was a hole behind because he was obviously in the featured group. And then Scottie bogeyed. It was a bad bogey too. He had a makeable par putt. And then so Homa was now down 1. And then Homa was on the par 3, and he put it in the fucking bush. So he had to take a drop. He chipped it up. It was short of the green. He putted it, went long. He ended up doubling that hole. So then right there it was dead, and Scottie just had to kind of just do his thing. So, but I told you guys, hopefully you listened to my advice last week. I said if you want a chance on Sunday to have a guy in the mix, bet on Scottie. And guess what? You had a guy in the mix on Sunday, and he fucking won it, plus 350 or whatever he was. But I'd take that now that I lost all my other bets.
Yeah. I will say Bryson was kind of fun to watch.
I have a problem with that because I don't like him, but he was doing sketch impressions out there. Mm-hmm. He moved a sign at one point. That was funny. And he was using these crazy irons that he got approved like 3 days before that were they were 3D printed. And you know the one thing I do still hate, I'll give him credit. He was fun to watch. He played well. He made himself some money. Good for you. The one thing I hate is that people suck him off like, oh, he hit his 9-iron 220. He's got his 9-iron lofted like it's a 6-iron.
Yep.
It's not even special. Like, it's all in the
It's not even a 9.
Your 9 is a 6.
Yeah.
No, it's not a 9. You're not hitting a 9-220. You're hitting a 6-iron that's made to look like a 9. Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
So that shit drives me nuts.
My other thing was I don't want to say blame, but we can blame Rory for Scottie being the best golfer in the world right now. Because I don't know if you knew this, when he made his putter change, Rory was actually the one that recommended, hey, you should use a mallet putter. And then he switched to the mallet putter, and now he's been the best golfer ever since.
Yep.
Also, Scottie switched up. He said that he would withdraw if his wife went into labor, and then Sunday came out that he said, well, if my tee time is up and I'm already teed off, I'm not going to withdraw on Sunday. Which, obviously,
and then,
his wife didn't go into labor.
I don't know if you saw this, but Sunday night, he was in a Dallas bar in his green jacket.
Oh, really? I did not see that.
Yeah. So you're going to withdraw if your wife goes into labor, but then she's sitting in the hospital, and you're at a Dallas bar in your green jacket. Get the fuck out of here, Scottie.
She's not in the hospital yet. She hasn't gone into labor.
All right. Well, maybe you get
Speaking of switch-ups, have you seen the rumors?
It's not his baby?
No, different
person.
Rumors that Rory is potentially...
It's fake.
You think?
I saw the same thing you did about the estimated or the projected contract or whatever. I don't.
Well, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, there's some rumors going around that Rory's going to take an $850 million contract to join LIV. Which, if he did, that is the biggest switch up in this whole LIV PGA scandal.
And it's the biggest bitch move of all time because he was the front runner of this is horse shit.
Hate Rory.
It's if you're gonna stand your ground and talk all that shit about LIV, because I don't blame anybody for going to LIV. Get your fucking check. That's on you. But if you're gonna stand there and talk all this shit and be the spokesperson for the PGA against LIV, get the fuck out of here, Rory. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think it's all rumors. It's all bullshit. I think. What was I gonna say? Oh, I think he doesn't need the money. He's made a lot of money in his career. And that's why a lot of those guys was they needed the money. And I think Rory is probably ready to he's making cuts too. It's not like he's at the Tiger level where he literally cannot compete anymore. Rory's still hella favorited. I don't know why, but it's just.
Well, he's still one of the best golfers in the world. He just hasn't. I don't know. He could still easily win all these tournaments. I think it's just a mental thing at this point. Yep. Speaking of Tiger, though, last two things on the Masters. When the official Masters starters die, is Tiger next up?
Absolutely. He honestly, before they die, he might go in there because they can't golf forever. There's going to come a time. True. I don't remember who it was. If it was
Jack Nicklaus,
I don't remember who it was.
Player.
They took a long time to get down and put that ball on the tee.
Yeah, it was
and
Nicklaus.
Then to hit it. Yeah, so I think Tiger will be replacing him as soon as he loses a spot. Nobody will lose their spot to Tiger, but if they choose to not have their spot anymore, Tiger will have it.
So then my other thing about Tiger and the Masters was I heard this week that the Masters actually, so you don't really get kicked. No, actually you do kind of get kicked out of the Masters eventually. Apparently they send you a handwritten letter hey, you're not really, not invited back, but you should probably not play anymore. How long until Tiger gets that letter?
Never.
Because he's still getting making cuts.
He's won it, what, 3 times?
No, I think he's got 5 jackets.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
But he made 24 straight cuts because he made the cut this last week. But I'm kind of at what point are they hey, does he just have to lose his cut streak? And then they're all right, that's it. You're done playing this.
No, because he is honestly one of the easiest undisputed GOATs of their sport.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to play as long as he wants. He'll take himself out because of his problems. But I was waiting for him to claim an injury on Saturday and Sunday there because he was struggling. He made the cut at 1 over.
Sunday.
Yeah, he made the cut at 1 over, and then he finished 16 over. So,
yeah,
rough finish. Why don't you do your Heritage preview there, and then we'll get going here.
Yeah, real quick. It's a signature event, short course, tight fairways in South Carolina, Heritage Hills, Hilton Head. Basically, all you need to know is I'm jumping on the bet Scottie to win train, and I'm probably only going to bet Scottie to win and just do the Jake thing where you bet Scottie and hedge on Sunday. Yep. I mentioned Xander in the top 10. And then I'm going to take Ludwig, Oberg, and Patrick Cantlay top 20 as a parlay. They just fit this course well. Ludwig is playing unreal. And that's about it. Until Scottie falls off the face of the planet, I'm going to bet Scottie and just hope that he doesn't lose. This is basically betting Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown, which has burned me in the past. So I'm sure this will burn me this week. His wife will probably go into labor this week, and he'll withdraw, and then I'll lose. So that's about it.
Speaking of betting, real quick before we move on here, I am currently on one of the worst betting streaks of my life. My straight bets are doing okay, so the bankroll's still there, but I can't hit a parlay to save my fucking life. And I'm not doing like ridiculous 8-9 leggers. I am doing 3 legs. I put a lot of research into it. I throw half a unit on it, sometimes a full unit. And I had the worst one was yesterday. No, what was the worst one? I sent you a ton. Let's see if I can find a screenshot here. Hold on. While I'm on the topic, though, so Saturday I decided to throw out a UFC parlay. I picked 5 fighters, and I went 4 out of 5. So that was shitty. And then yesterday I had, it was a 3-leg parlay. It was a same-game parlay in the D-backs game. It was Corbin Carroll 1+ base that hit. Merrill Kelly 5+ Ks that hit. And then there was a leg early in the day. It was Cutter Crawford. For those listeners, you may be familiar. He fucked me last year. I hate his name. Who the fuck names their kid Cutter? I had him under 16.5 outs recorded. Anybody want to take a stab at how many outs he recorded? Or no, it was under 15.5. My fault.
I have a guess.
Yeah, go ahead, Austin.
16.
Yeah, you're correct. He recorded 16 fucking outs when I had him under 15.5. So stupid. So annoying. Let's see if I can find my screenshots of my bets here. Let's see. I did hit one last week, actually. I hit a strikeout parlay, so I guess I parlayed my locks without the wings, and that went 4 out of 5. The only one that fucked it was the soccer one. That was annoying. Why can't I find these? Oh, wait. Nope, that's yours.
I got
either way.
Oh, you had the 3-leg with Colin Ray, Jose Barrios, Bailey Ober. They're strikeouts.
Yeah, who fucked that one? It was Ober against the Tigers. Yep.
He finished with 5. He needed over 5.5.
So many parlays, 1 leg away. There was the 5-legger UFC. That one paid out 10 for 360, so that was very annoying. And then just all these 3-leggers, man, that are just so close. Ober was pretty close. I needed 2 more Ks. And then last night I attempted to sell my soul to the devil. I placed a bet with 666. Wasn't really close, so I'm not going to bitch about that one. I'm taking a break from parlays. I put out, honestly, I told you guys I retired. That was false. I didn't retire. I put out bets on Sunday. However, I realized that I did the same thing last year. I was betting baseball, I was betting playoff basketball and playoff hockey, and I was losing my ass because I don't know these sports. I know football, and I don't know if I make money on football, but I at least break even. And currently, I'm saying it right now, y'all. I got my Dinger Tuesday bet out. I did a home run hitter parlay, which was stupid, but I put like $2 on it. If none of those hit, if I don't hit my Dinger Tuesday player, I only do 1. And if I don't hit that home run parlay, I'm retired until further notice. And I'm going to update you guys every week on if I place bets or not. And I'm willing to bet that I don't, because honestly, at this point, it is fucking sickening because I am just so close and on all these parlays.
Did you do Acuna?
Bets. I did not do Acuna. You got to ride the 6-pack Busch lattes.
I like it. You should just get into DFS baseball. It's way more fun.
Honestly, it's like I might, because
you could play like dollar DFS every day.
Fantasy baseball right now, I'm 2-0. I'm 2-0. I'll just draft my team.
That works.
All right, let's move on because I'm getting fired up for no reason. But yeah, I'm taking a big fat break, especially with summer coming up, man. I do so much in the summer. It'd be nice to not stress about my parlays and my plays while I'm having fun. So, NHL, huge night tonight. I teased it earlier. So here's what we're looking at right now. The Western Conference is all set. Everybody's locked in. It's kind of funny. Vegas is locked in the 2 seed for the wild card. They had 96 points. Or no, they're not locked in. They've got 2 games left, so they could bump up. Yeah, so they're not locked in at 2. But the playoff teams are locked up. However, there is a chance that the lowest point total in the West would be the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's just the difference in how good the West has been. But the Eastern Conference is where it matters. Obviously, my team, the Wings, we have a chance. So here's what it is. Wings make the playoffs with a win against the Canadiens tonight and a Capitals loss. Doesn't matter if it's in regulation or overtime. We're tied in points right now. The Capitals have the tiebreaker, though. Do you want to take a stab at what the tiebreaker is for playoff seeding in the NHL if they tie with points?
Goals allowed.
No, that would be fun. Regulation wins.
Lame.
If it was goals allowed, yeah. Honestly, the only thing we beat the Capitals in is goals for. That's the only thing. So, but yes. So Wings win, Capitals lose. That's why I did that parlay, like I said earlier. The Caps get in with any sort of win. And the Penguins can still get in the playoffs. They made a little run here at the end. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10. If they win, and then the Caps lose in regulation, and the Wings lose in regulation, then the Penguins get in. They can also get in with... Wait, let me rephrase that. Sorry. The Penguins get in with a Capitals regulation loss and a Red Wings loss. Red Wings can lose in overtime, and the Penguins would still get in. So, oh, I forgot. This is the crazy one. Are you ready, Frankie?
I'm listening.
Wings can also get in if they lose in overtime, and the Caps lose in regulation, and the Penguins lose. So the Wings can still get in with a loss. We got room. We got room. The shitty thing is that we could have been in easy if we would have just beat the Caps last week. We would currently have a win and you're in situation, which is so much better than a, hey, we need to win and these guys need to lose. So the only other thing is last night, Wings Canadiens was one of the most fun games I've seen in a minute out of Detroit. Not going to go through the whole game. They were down 4-1 at one point, but they scored right after the 4th goal. The Wings did, so it was 4-2. I want to say with like 10-ish minutes left in the third, the Wings scored to make it 4-3. And then with a minute 20 left, empty netter, the Wings scored. Absolutely amazing play. Gostisbehere jumped up, grabbed it one-handed, Odell Beckham type grab, threw it down past it, one more to Raymond, he threw it in. That fucking arena exploded. It was so loud. I've never seen a clip with it that loud in there. It just feels like this city needs playoffs. And then Raymond scored the game-tying goal, and he also scored the game winner. And that place was fucking rocking. So I really want to see playoff hockey in Detroit. I don't think they'll do anything. But as of right now, they'd be playing the Rangers. And we've played close with the Rangers every game this year. We've played them 2 or 3 times. And every game's been close. So very exciting down the stretch. Hopefully next week we're talking about the Wings playoff games. That'd be great. MLB. Do you want to go ahead? Because I just talked about the Wings. Why don't you start with your Brewers?
That's fine. The Brewers are so hard to predict right now. They still have been fun. Don't get me wrong there. Yelich is now hurt. He was placed on the IL today with back injury. Not a surprise. It's always his back because he's carrying the team. Realistically, he's going to be fine in probably 10 days. Churrio's been good, not outstanding. I'm a little bit worried because in the minors, he was crushing the ball, and you always saw these stats about he would hit it so hard, and he's got 3 home runs, and like the one he hit last night had to hit the top of the wall in left field to get out. He hasn't really had any like nukes. So a little bit worried about that, but I think he's still going to be fine. Pitching is getting it done with no names, but we're probably going to have to do that all year. And then there's the fact that we scored 7+ runs in 6 straight games. So like we're getting it done. It's fun, but it's not like it's big names. I'll take it. I just don't know if this is going to be a 95-win team or a 75-win team that finishes 4th in the NL Central. I would love for this to be a 95-win team, and we still have some prospects that could come up and maybe add to that. I have no idea. And, it's still early, so things could get so much better. Maybe we make a trade. I really don't know where this team is going. Obviously we're not going to keep up the pace that we've been playing at. Right. So I'm really afraid for when we have the downfall of how bad the downfall is going to be.
Yep.
But that's about it.
My Tigers are in a very, very similar situation with your Brewers. You'll probably disagree with this statement, but I feel as though the Tigers are not necessarily performing. They have more wins than they should, or than I would expect, and it feels like it just can't continue. I feel like the Brewers are in a similar situation. You guys, your pitching is, like you said, full of fucking no-namers. You guys are winning games. And I feel the same thing with the Tigers. We don't have no names. I know all the names, and I feel like people do. But we could easily win the Central and make the playoffs and make some noise. But we could also easily finish last. No, we can't take last from the White Sox. We can easily finish in 4th in the Central and just suck. So we have no hitters. We have had probably the lowest score. You know what? I want to see run totals. Let me pull that up here. MLB standings. Let's see. The Tigers have 60 runs scored. Oh, wow. The White Sox have only scored 34 runs.
That's embarrassing.
So they're bottom 10 in runs scored, right? However, runs allowed, 61. That's really low too. So it's like our pitching has been really good. Our starting pitchers have been okay. Flaherty and Maeda have sucked, but Casey Mize's been good. Skubal's been great. Who's our 5th? Reese Olson and Matt Manning have kind of been sharing. Reese Olson's been pretty good. He's a young guy. It's funny. I've watched him pitch the last 3 Mondays because he's pitched every Monday that we bowl. Yeah, he looks all right. As I talked about earlier, Torkelson over home runs looks like I'm about ready to put an L on it. Mans needs to hit the weight room, lay off the fucking Detroit Coney dogs and the Detroit-style pizza. It's ridiculous, dude. He's got no pop, and he looks fat. This dude out of college looked fucking ripped. He looked like he was destroying the women at Arizona State, and now it looks like he's the guy that says, where my hug at? I'm so sick of this. The amount of times that this dude, first of all, the amount of times that he, where was I going? Fuck, I got all amped up. I started laughing at my own joke. Fuck. Oh, Torkelson right now is either a ground out or a deep fly out that you think is going to be gone, but it's always on the warning track. There's no in between. He mixes in some strikeouts too, of course, but he's either walking, grounding out, or deep fly out.
Warning track.
Mix in a couple of singles, maybe a double, but guess what? He can't double. We got a new Miguel Cabrera on our hands. He just hasn't signed the big fat contract yet. But it's Miguel Cabrera after his prime where it's like, can we get this guy off the team? He's hindering our team. You know what I mean? He's not hitting for average. He's hitting, I think he's 204 right now. He's got no home runs. He's had so many, though, that are just right at the warning track. And I want to blame the weather, but the weather's been pretty good in Michigan. We've had some nice days. He had one last night. It was 74 yesterday. And he fucking, I don't even know if we played in Detroit yesterday. Yeah, we did. He had one yesterday, 74 degrees. Today, 65. Same thing. Fucking ridiculous. And then Baez. Javier Baez can fuck himself. He performed the robbery of the century, and I honestly couldn't hit this one more nail on the head because I fucking. What did I say when we signed him? We had this podcast going when we signed him, right?
Well, you wanted.
I said I wanted Correa,
yeah.
Which he's not great either. But honestly, I would way rather have Correa than what I have right now with Baez. I said he's trash. I said he's going to be trash. His fielding is getting a little bit better, and he took a good walk today. He fell down 0-2, and he got a walk. So, but, man, the amount of just media coverage he's getting with his low and away slider that he's swinging at is getting outrageous. Some people are talking already maybe a change of scenery would be good for him. Maybe we should trade him. Guess what? We can't trade him. He has a no-trade clause. We're fucked. We literally fucked ourselves. So, they're winning games, though. They won today. They won 4-2, came back in the 8th. They like the late inning comebacks. They did against the Twins. They split with the Twins. They lost 1-0 yesterday. Left about 1 million base runners stranded yesterday, and then Yeah, 4-2 today with the 8th inning comeback. So that was nice. Riley Green also, we did a friends parlay today where we each gave 2 legs. I did one in the Tigers game that was at 1 o'clock. That thing died early because it was Riley Green under 1.5 strikeouts. This is another piece of Jake's gambling has been horrible lately. Riley Green under 1.5 strikeouts was minus 180. He has struck out less than 1.5 times in 13 out of 16 games this year. Guess how many times he struck out today, Austin?
2.
3! Congratulations. Yeah. Fucking dude, it's just ridiculous. And he hasn't been good. He drew a lot of walks yesterday, but he has not put the bat on the ball. So that's enough Tigers bitching. Went way too long on that one. Do you want to handle the NBA talk, and I'll just sit back and watch?
Yeah, sure. Real quick NBA talk. The playoffs have started. That's it. Oh,
yeah, good NBA talk. Should we actually pick a champion just for giggles?
I'll take the Bucks.
Back. All right, champions. You'll take the Bucks. I got to do something weird. Give me the Clippers. They're dogs in their first series, but hey, I had them in a long shot parlay a while ago to win. So we need to remember to look back. We should look back after we record here to see our NBA or our champion picks for college basketball. I think you had Tennessee, and I think I might have taken Purdue actually.
Yeah, I think you did.
I was close.
It was in the
I was really
episode.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who he picked. Yeah, we'll go back and look after this. So, shall we do Immaculate Grid here?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Okay. You want me to share my screen or no?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Well, actually, I'll share it because we're going to do the spin anyways. What screen? This one. Okay. We've got, across the top, we've got Washington, Tennessee. This is going to be hard. Washington, Tennessee, 1,000 yards rushing in a season. Then going down, we've got San Francisco 49ers, the Bengals, and first-round draft pick. So, first-round draft pick. Go ahead.
I have top left.
Yeah, what do you got?
Chase Young.
Very good. I like that.
It's probably the popular one.
First-round draft pick for the Commanders. I want to say Chase Young would have been good there, but first-round draft pick for the Titans. Do they have to be drafted by the team? Player must have played a game in the AFL, and player of the team, player must have been drafted in the first round by that team. Okay. Who? Oh, Titans first-round pick, Corey Davis, wide receiver out of Western Michigan. That's a good one.
That is nice. That's a nice pull.
1,000 yards rushing, first-round pick.
I mean,
I want to try to get some,
CMC's the obvious one.
I got a good one. You ready?
Sure.
I don't think CMC went first round, low-key. Eddie Lacy.
Yeah.
No! Don't do it! Eddie Lacy wasn't a first-round pick?
Is he a second round?
I'm looking right now. Did he? I know he had 1,000 yards. Yeah, he had 1,000 yards. When did he get drafted? Well, Mark Ingram works for that one if you want to get that one right.
I'll take Mark Ingram. 0.8% for Mark Ingram, by the way.
Yeah, I should have just done the easy one. I tried to get too crazy. Eddie Lacy, if it was correct, would have been like 0.1%. Yeah, he was picked in the second round. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot.
I should have known. Packers never take offensive players in the first round.
I don't think we were going to go 100% here anyways. Washington first-round pick was Dwayne Haskins. I don't think he was, but I'm doing it. He was. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I better put in Mark Ingram then. Yeah, 0.8%. Nice. Washington Bengals, Fitzpatrick.
Frank Gore, top right.
Okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Washington Bengals. Also would have worked for Tennessee, I believe. 1,000 yards rushing Bengals. I want to do something crazy here. Did Giovanni Bernard ever do it? He had to have, right? One time? I don't know how to spell his name. Go with the easy one, though. Just put Mix in.
Giovanni Bernard was not right.
You did Bernard?
Yeah, because I figured you got one wrong. I'll take a chance.
There you go. All right. So we got one left here. We've got Titans Bengals. We've got Titans 49ers. Will Compton play for either of those teams? I don't think so.
Will Compton played for the Titans.
No, I know he played for the Titans. I meant for the 49ers or Bengals. Vernon Davis, did he ever make his way over to the Titans? I don't think so. I don't think he did. I think he went 49ers, and then he might have just retired. We're not going to do it, but I'm going to look it up just out of curiosity. But if it is right, I'm not putting it in. It's not allowed. I just like to see out of curiosity. San Fran, Washington.
Well,
also, he would have went for San Fran, Washington, but we had Chase Young. Bengals, Titans.
I got no fucking ideas.
Titans, Niners has to be easy. Some sort of backup running back or wide receiver. John Ross, no. Excuse me. AJ Green never went to anything. Not to the Titans. Take a break and do roulette, maybe? Come back, try to get this last one? All right, let's do that. Let's do that. We need a hit. It's been a minute. I truly don't remember how long.
Oh, it's your week.
It is my week.
Damn.
You lost last week. I think your streak is over. So maybe next week start a new one, eh?
I'll try.
All right, here we go. Perfect timing. We're missing a spin. Look at that. 9 is hot. 3 of the last 15. Good. No multipliers here. Wow, 6 with 500x. I've never even seen 500x hit like while I'm playing / watching. 26. We almost had a doubler for ourselves. 26 is our repeat. 0, 2, 3, 26, 30, 22, 23, 24. What are our other ones? 13. Is it 9? Yep. Wow, I did that no look, son.
Nice.
We need a hit, man. It's been so long. We need a hit. Come on, give me a chance. Just give me 2 lightning numbers. 2 of ours out of the 5. Okay, we got 3, so give me 2 of them. 30. 30 at 100x. Just hit 30. It's simple. Just hit 30. Just hit 30. Go ahead. Do it one time.
Oh.
22, though. 22, though. All right.
We're back.
All right. Run it again, right?
Yeah.
But we'll move, what was it? It was 26. We'll put that on 22. Is that 22, 21? Yes. All right. Hey.
That's the second time 22 is hit.
Something. It is something. All right. Now go back to back. That's what we've been doing lately. When we hit, it's usually back to back, except for when it was your week. Do it one time. Wow. Look at our numbers hit 4 in a row there. It went 13, 2, 9, 9. Start one of those streaks again.
26.
Oh, we should have left 26. We don't have it anymore. We moved it to 22.
Oh.
Because remember, we go on the last number?
Yeah.
I'm calling it. It's going to be 24. Oop, never mind. Not 24. 18. Right next to 22 on the $4. That would have been nice. All right. Up $20, though. We'll take it. We will take. All right. This player. Titans 40. Here, let me put that in, actually. We're up $20. So we're up 160 since we started tracking. I mean, we had a really good heater run there. We need one of those again, but we'll take one hit. It's $10 each in our pockets. Let's see. Titans, Niners, Titans, Bengals. Titans, Niners, Titans, Bengals. Ooh, there's a cornerback that played for the Bengals and Titans. No, never mind. What about, no. Did Sherman go to Titans? No.
No,
I'm thinking of the video where he's on. No, who's the cornerback that was with the Panthers? I always wonder when I'm describing these players if anybody listening is like, "Oh, it's this guy," and they're like screaming at me trying to get the name. Josh Norman. Where did he go after the Panthers?
Well, he was at the Niners for a little bit, and then he went to the Seahawks.
See, now I think we're mixing them up with Sherman because they were both really good at the same time. And then there's the video of Norman getting in the face of Taylor Lewan. So I think that's why I'm thinking Titans. Taylor Lewan should just come out of retirement, come to the Lions, if we're being real. Think offensive linemen, think quarterbacks. We got to think quarterbacks. It's got to be a backup quarterback. No. I got a name to throw out. Okay. No, never mind. I was going to say Nick Mullins, but I think he's been a career Niner.
Well, he was on the Vikings this year.
Oh, that's right. But I think the Niners drafted him. Man, I got nothing here. I'm good with throwing in Vernon Davis. No, wait. No. I'm just going to throw in Vernon Davis. I got nothing. We got to wrap this up.
Okay.
It was wrong. Let's see. Randy Moss played on the Titans?
Blaine Gabbert.
And the Niners? Blaine Gabbert. There you go. That would have worked.
Chris Conley.
I want to see what would have worked for Bengals and Titans. Literally nobody I know. Fitzpatrick, obviously.
Delaney Walker.
Oh, that was the tight end I was thinking.
Marquise
I want to
Douglas?
see.
No.
Maybe we should have put Fitzpatrick at Titans Bengals. I knew he worked.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anybody better for Bengals Commanders we could have used instead? Not really.
Yeah, I did not know Randy Moss played for the Titans.
I didn't either. He's a little bit before our time. I only know him with the Vikings and Patriots, obviously. Oh, Alex Smith, Commanders. Commanders Bengals? Alex Smith was on the Bengals?
Must have been early.
Must have. All right, well, that does it. Got anything you want to add here?
Bet Scottie.
Bet Scottie, that's it. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully those are cleaned up next week. Frankie's going to clear some space, and hopefully we're looking better. So have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, throw some tutties. We'll see you next week.
Peace.